It's 8:30 a.m. and it's 30. It's below freezing. It's a little cold this morning. In the 60s last night. At 7 it was 60 something. Oh boy, it sure cooled down last night, didn't it? Yeah, in the next few days, let's see, at least this weekend, I think Friday or today's what? Today is Friday. Today's Friday. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Monday supposed to be like the high going to be around 30. So, and then down in the teens at night. So it's going to get cold for a few days. Then it's going to warm back up into the 30s and 40s. Okay. Let's go check the cattle I moved yesterday in the barn. Let's go see what they're doing. I didn't go to the barn yet. Check out these other cattle here first. Yeah. Well, this pond's got more water in it. So that's good. I get more water to drink because they're locked out of the other pond. And there's probably some water in that stream there. Ditch stream, whatever you call it. So it's just the Highlanders here now. He's still here. He's going to stay here, but as soon as I let that other white one out with the Highlanders, I'm gonna put him on this side where I am. Yeah, he's got an appointment with the butcher on June 1st. Okay. Oh boy, it's cold. The wind's from the west and it's cold. Yeah, that's cold wind. And it's strong too. Look at that. Look at the wind blowing. The wind is strong and cold. I didn't dress warm enough to go out here. Gotta go put some clothes on. And I walked to that barn. But I got dressed warm. I got a big open view here now because the tractor's over by the barn. Nice view. Oh, but it's windy. And I forgot to bring in my laundry yesterday. So, oh boy, the wind blew all my laundry off, most of the laundry off the line. Almost all of it. Yeah, I think one sweatshirt over there is still hanging up. And some of the towels are still. Look at that, one towel blew off the railing over there. It landed on the chair. I better pick them up now. I think I need them today. Everything picked up. I gotta take it in the house now. I'll take the blankets in, the towels in first. I already got them in the basket. And these are pliers to hold down the socks. They were everywhere. That wind was pretty strong. It still is. And it's cold too. I'm not used to cold again. After all that few weeks of warm weather. Spoiled me, no. I gotta recondition myself to this cold. I'm gonna wear more clothes, which I'm gonna do now. Even the cattle want to get out of that cold wind. Probably calm over there on that bottom of the hill. There's not much wind blowing on the pond down there because it's calmer down there, because where I'm at, the house and the barn and the hill, it blocks the wind from down there. So it's warmer there. So they're warming up in the sun and trying to get out of the wind. Yeah, it's calmer out here. West side was strong. West side was strong. It still hit me a little bit. Coming around and over the top of the house. Yeah, the wind's still blowing. And it's cold too. It's only 30, but it's cold. Yeah, last night after I dropped the cattle off in the dark. I left the lights on in the shed. Oh well. They're low voltage bulbs. Anyway, I had to give them water. I had to reconnect this hose here. I had some light from that light up there, but just enough, I guess. I had a flashlight too. Anyway, I gave them water last night. I'll probably have to do it again. Although it's hose might be frozen, but close to the ground it's probably okay. Yeah, I'll probably wait till later. I'll go out and check first, see what they need. Give them some hay too, since I didn't bring the bales up from the bridge yesterday. Ah, yeah, not so cold here. I'm out of the wind. Let's head to the barn, see what's going on. The waves are a little stronger, bigger on this pond, because west wind is coming from that direction and blowing right across here. It's cold. I thought this cold weather was behind us. But, oh well, it's still winter, so I guess it's not unusual for February to be cold. Hello, Shadow. We're all bundled up today, aren't we? What's going on down there? Nothing. See that pond down there? There's hardly any wind. Yeah. It is up here though. Look at that plastic flapping in the wind. Yeah, that's cold. Let's get in the barn and see what's going on. Since it was almost dark, or it was dark when I got up to here. Yeah. I guess there was still a little bit of light, but not much. But I know there was a gate back there, so I backed it up to there. Had to do it a couple times to get the gate just right. But I got it backed up. And I unloaded them from back there, and then I turned the lights in the barn on to see what I was doing. Yeah, but I let them out. Okay. Let's go in the barn. Let's go check the trailer out. Yeah, there's the cattle down there in the big pasture. They're all. I think there's less wind right there by the gate because of the neighbors across the road. Yeah, it blocks some of the wind. I know that when I drive down there sometimes. Oh, it's not blowing wind pretty strong here though. I hear geese coming. Today I gotta park my trailer there again. Till later though, it's too windy and cold. I'm hoping it's gonna warm up, but I don't think it's gonna warm up. Let's go find it. There's the trailer. Yeah, I just left it here last night. Yeah, I was able to open that gate enough to where this gate here would hit the latch on this side. Where's some geese? There's some geese out there, but I don't see them. I think they passed me over. Passed over me. I didn't see them. Let's see how these cattle are doing. This is how I loaded them. I didn't open the big gate. I was able to open this gate here and leaned against that so it couldn't go any farther. That's good. And then I just let them walk out the door. Did that on their own. And I had a string tied. I was going to pull it open, but I lost my string, so they just came through on their own. Put my bale spear over to the side. Speaking of the bale spear, oh, look at that. There he is. There's the red one. But he's eating the hay, so that's good. They had something to eat, and they had water. They had water over here. They drank almost all of it. Yeah, there's just a little bit left. Hopefully it's not frozen. If it is, I'll just have to wait until it warms up. I, I, I could have done a couple things better yesterday in relation to this bale spear. Let's see if I explain it. The reason it's in here because I had to pull the trailer home yesterday after feeding some hay bales out there and getting the cattle in the trailer. And that's why I put both of them on cat. I put both of them up front so I could put this bale spear back here, and then when I took the yearling heifer from here out to the big pasture, I don't know why I didn't do the same thing. I left the bale spear up by the house, but I should have locked her up front just like I did the ones that I brought back, and then put the bale spear from the house in here when I went out to take that heifer out there, and then put the bale spear on the tractor to do the bales, and also the other thing I could have done to save time, because I had to, after I dropped off that heifer and set up the trailer, I had to drive the tractor all the way back to the house to get the bale spear. So that was an extra trip. And then, what do you want? And then, I lost my train of thought. And then, after I set up the two bales down by the bridge for here, because I'm gonna put one bale up in here and one down for the other cattle. Instead of bringing the bale spear back here, which it really didn't hurt nothing, but I could have just left the bale spear stuck in the last bale I took down to the bridge, and then I would just it'd be easier to hook up too. Yeah, I thought about doing that. Yeah, whenever I need to take off the bale spear, instead of taking it off on the ground, I got that bale up by the house. Maybe I'll just stab it in there. Yeah. That's when I need to take the bale spear off, though. Instead of carrying it around after I take it off to get out of the way, like I did this time. Anyway, it's something to think about. Anyway, that's two of the time savers I could have utilized, but I didn't. Let's go check the calves out. The yearling, and yeah, I guess they're both yearlings. There's still got a little bit of water. So your red bull, and then the white one's over there. I'm gonna go in and see how they're eating. He's chewing his cud over there. The white one is chewing his cud. Yeah, I gave that clover for that heifer yesterday when she was locked up, and they're eating it. I'll probably give her some more since I didn't move the bale in here yet. The big bale. I let them out yesterday. That gate was open all the way to, and then it got blocked by the latch on the trailer, so it couldn't go any farther. That made a nice funnel for them to go out. Too bad it was dark, I couldn't see it very good. Anyway, I stood here, that way they couldn't come back this way. Yeah, they went out and went right in, and then I just closed the gate and left everything where it sat. Now, cat, you get around, don't you? Yeah, today that's what I'm doing today. Today I gotta take this trailer. I'm gonna drop off the bale spear that's in the trailer. Drop it off at the front of the house, or I park the tractor. And then, what are you doing up there? Oh, the wind blowing must. Anyway, I'm gonna park the trailer over there where I had it. Yeah, that's my storage area for the trailer now. Well, it was a long time ago too. That's why I got some concrete pads for the tires. But then it got overgrown with cedars and other stuff, and I started parking it up here and over in front of the house, different places, and I decided last year I cleaned that up. Yeah, I cut a bunch of cedars down, and anyway, that's where I put it now. Not so windy here. That's good. Let's go in the house. Go in the barn. Go in the house. Go in the barn. Yeah, it's not so bad in here. There's no wind in here, so it's not so cold. Left the lights on last night. Oh well, I'll turn them off now. They're low voltage anyway. Night. Hey, cat. Oh, you're everywhere today. I'm going to condition these calves, these bulls, to get a little bit used to me, like I did the brown heifer that was here before. Yeah, she's somewhat tame. I don't know if I'm gonna bring the corn today, but I'm going to feed them a little corn to tame them down like I did the others. I like to move that salt block. I'll move it to the other side underneath the hay, because look, I gotta clean a couple craps out of there. That one was already there. This is new though. Yeah, I need some more corn. A couple sacks to bring out, but maybe not today though. Here's the red one. He's calm. Oh, here comes the white one. He's a bully. Get it? Bully. They're both bullies. Yeah, I don't like his horn. His left horn. It grows different than the left one. No, the right one has a nice curve to it, but the one on this left one, it must have got bent or something when it was young, because it's growing a little. Let's put it away. They're not even. I like it when the horns are even. Symmetrical, is that the word? Symmetrical. Oh look, I can see. I think I see a cow way down there, in the big pasture. More than one too. There's a couple of them down there. Way down there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them in here for at least a week, if not more. But let's see. These Highland cattle, some of them were in heat just the other day. So 2 weeks is 14 days, and then they're supposed to cut. Their heat is every 21 days. So if I keep them here for 2 weeks, then I'll let that white bull out. I'll let that white bull out. It's in here. Let them out with the Highlanders. That way, if they come into heat again soon after, I let him out with him. Maybe he can breed him right away. And then at the same time, before I let him out with the Highlanders, I'm gonna pen him up in here. Both of these, pen him up in here, and then I'm gonna bring the white bull, the big white bull, up through there, up through this area here, and out that way into that pasture by the house. And then I'll let the white bull out. How you doing, guy? You happy here? Oh, you look big here. You look big. Both of you. You look bigger out here by the barn than you do out to the big pasture. I guess in the pasture you look smaller because of the big bull and the other cows that are bigger than you. What? What? You just got to mess around all the time. Ah, leave my hat alone. Leave my hat alone. She keeps wanting to grab my hat. Stop it. I've got a stocking hat on, so it's easy to grab. Stop it. Yeah, I just have to hang around them a little bit. Let them get more used to me. They got salt. They're a little lonely. I can't see the sun in my eyes. Hey, don't get no funny ideas. Yeah. Start carrying a stick with me. Yeah, he's got that crooked horn, but oh well. It's not his horn that is unimportant. It's his breeding ability. And then after he's actually the backup bull for the big bull out in the pasture, big pasture. But since I don't need him out there, I'm going to use him here. And then after I'm done with him, although I might leave them both here, yeah, for a while. Him for sure. Yeah, I'd like for him to take over to breed the Highland bulls as he gets older enough, because he looks like a Highlander except for the black around his eyes and nose and hooves. In here, as soon as I get around to it. Hopefully sometime today. There's the cat. Yeah, at least they didn't get out. They didn't try to jump. I know they can't jump over that. They could try to jump over this area, but there's a big cattle panels there, plus electric wire on top, so. They're content. Like I said, I just gotta get a big bale in here where I'm standing. Put a big bale in here. That'll hold them for a couple weeks, and then I'll let him out. Bring the other white bull back through here. I'll pin both of these up in there, and then run the big white bull over that way. I think they call that a gomer because he can't breed. The other white bull, but I think he's taller than that. I think he's taller than him. I'll know when I get them close together. I could tell by the gait there how tall he is. Yeah, I can see he's like halfway between that rung and that pipe there. He's somewhere in between there. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be a good bull. That's it. But he's kind of bossy. Yeah. Oh well, at least they got company. He smell. See, they can get to know each other out here. That's why I put him up for a couple weeks, and so they can get used to the other cattle. So when I do let them out, they won't fight as much. See his horn on this side? It doesn't have that sweep up. It more or less goes down and then forward. It's I just like to have horns symmetrical, but just something that happened. He must have bent it when it was young, when he was young. Yeah, that's be one of his distinguishing marks, I guess. Just don't get her any ideas about me, boy. I'm the boss here. Okay, I gotta get something done. I gotta move the trailers. Yeah, he lost some hair, but he'll be okay. I can see it's growing back already. I'm surprised he came out white. Yeah, well, not so much white, because he's got the Italian breeds, which are white. But he didn't have the black nose. I would have preferred if he had the black nose, but he didn't. All right, I gotta go. Go warm up in the house and then move the tractor and maybe move a bale sometime today. But it's still early, so I'll get to that later. Oh, I'll give him some hay here first. Yes. Oh, water. I gotta do water first. Sunning yourself. Trying to stay warm. There's a little hay left, but I'll give him some more. I'll give him some of this. There's one bale back there that's... Well, both of these bales here have the string broke. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, they're still on there. Oh, it was that one back there that had the string broke. That one had string broke too, but I used it. I carried it over there. There's only one string on that one. I use that as a doorstop when I open it up. Oh, you get around, don't you? Oh, I thought she was going to jump across to that wagon. She had the look in her eye. I guess that there was no new. They didn't dig that. Groundhog didn't dig a hole there. There was a hole there yesterday, and I plugged it up. I think when the cattle were in here, I think there must have been a hole underneath, a tunnel, and they must have stepped through it. Because there's tunnels all the way through. This has all been dug up by groundhogs over the years. They had holes over here, holes over here, holes all underneath there. And here's the other one that I covered up yesterday. I marked it so I can tell where it is. I got a trap outside if they ever get in here, and if they want to get out, they go out the other hole. But nothing in the trap yet. A bit of glare here. Yeah, that bale's only got one string, so I'll use that to give them some hay. Until I get the big bale in here, I'll put some hay right through here. It's the only place that still has the slats. You know, it's all been busted out over there over the years. It's still good. This hay's very old, over 10 years old at least. Probably more like 15 years old. Because this is the last of the hay. Well, actually, it's probably the first of the hay. Because it was buried back in that corner. And over the years, we kept adding more and more and more and more. This whole barn used to be filled up with hay, at least about to here. I left that open for something else. Yeah, we used to have hay stacked all the way to the top with square bales halfway. What I did, I filled up this half, back, that side, all with square bales. Like I said, these bales were put down there first. And over the years, we kept putting more and more and more on top of it. And then whenever we baled hay, the last 2 loads I left on the wagon, I poked one here and here and fed them all first. And then during the winter, we fed up here. We kept filling it up every summer. Anyway, when we started making round bales instead of square, we still kept whatever we had in there. We fed it when we needed to, like I'm doing here, whenever I got something penned up. And then over the years, there was only a little bit left. And then the groundhogs got underneath it and made a big mess, so I had to pull them out of there to get rid of the groundhogs. And then I put them all on this wagon here. This is the only good wagon I still got left in here. It's got a flat tire on it, and so does that one, but I'll fix them later. That's just an old hay wagon, wooden frame, and like I said, these were like the first bales we ever stacked in here. And I stopped baling square bales around 2015, I think. So, but that was the last bale. These could be 20 years old for all I know. Anyway, he's eating, so that's good. He's good for today anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I remember building this with my wife. We built the shed, or Morton did. I gotta turn that light off. I forgot. Morton built this for us. Oh, I gotta get that wire out of there. I think it was the winter. We built the shed the winter of '89 and '90. Yeah. And then that same winter, probably 1990, it was 20 below. I don't know what month it was, but it was 20 below. I remember it. I think it was February. Glad it ain't that now. It was 20 below because we still had cattle at the farm because we did. Like I said, I didn't have no cattle here yet because I just built the shed for them. Yeah. So we still had the cattle at the farm. Not these particular kind of cattle. Most of the cattle there were. I had a few Highlanders, and but most of our cattle were Angus Holstein or Angus Brangus, Angus Holstein or Brangus Holstein. Right, boy? I don't think none of them are related to you. The Highland part might be, yeah. But the Angus Holstein, Brangus Holstein, over the years we sold them. And then when I moved my cattle here, whatever was left, I think by that time I already had the Italian white blood over at the farm. And there was some disagreement between my older brother and what I was doing at the farm with the cattle, because dad already had passed away, I think, or if not, he was already in the nursing home. So that's when I started renting my hayfield, since that's what I had. I had that hayfield over there, and well, actually, yeah, the reason I moved my cattle out, because without telling me, because I was helping Dad do all the farming, without telling me, and I helped him raise his cattle, because he did have a few, but I had more. Without telling me, he that's before he went to the nursing home for his Alzheimer's. He rented it out the farm to the neighbor. After I just plowed about 30 acres, or at least 20 acres. I just chisel plowed it twice to get it worked up for some more crops. And one day I saw the neighbor out there with his big machine. I asked Dad, "What's going on?" "Oh, I'm renting it." "What?" And that's when my brother said. Then my dad went to the nursing home. I think my older brother talked my father into renting out the farm because of me, because he thought I was getting something for nothing, because I was using the farm to raise my cattle, but I was sharing it with my father. Anyway, and I was helping him do the farming. But I guess since my father went in the nursing home, or was close to it, my father was easy to convince for my older brother to rent out the farm. And then that's when because I already had my place here for a few years. Like I said, this was 1990. I moved here in '83, but I was still having my cattle over at the farm until 1990 is when after I built this shed. In 1990 is when I moved the cattle here. Yeah, but I still rented the 20 acres for my hayfield, and I kept renting it ever since. And that's because of my older brother, I think. But anyway, that's the past. I like it better here anyway. Now my little brother is the one raising the cattle over there. Yeah. Whether he's paying rent or not, I don't know. It's none of my business, I guess. Anyway, well, I started to say, before I got sidetracked again, let me stop and think. Oh, yeah. I was talking about this manger. Yeah. In the winter of 90, like February 1990, after the shed was up, and it was so cold that winter, when I needed to get this manger in, because I was going to bring cattle here in the spring, which I did. But to get the manger built, I had to build fires. Since it was 20 below, I had to build fires wherever post was going to go. Built a fire, and then after the ground thawed out, I dug the post holes, and then once all the posts were in, then we built the manger. But it was cold. I remember doing that, building fires over each place we're going to put a post. Now, this one here was built by the shed, Morton, and the shed was built in the fall of '89. Yeah, but I put that post in, and that big post, I put those two in, and I put all these other posts in too. All these two on each side. And we built the manger during the winter. Anyway, that's the story by itself too. I forgot why I came out. Oh, I still got to turn the light on. I forgot why I came out here. I got to check the water. I need to give them water. before I do anything else. And turn this light out. Well, you're a little comfortable in your little spot there. Staying warm, huh? I don't think she's going to stay there. Once I open the door and go out, she's probably going to follow me. She likes to follow me everywhere I go, which is okay with me. Back out into the wind. The wind's blowing in now. You can see the waves on the pond. Strong. Let's get the water down. If the water even works, it might be frozen. Guess I'll find out. Cows are wandering around out there. I guess they're looking for some grass to eat. Yeah, it's windy and cold today. Maybe I'll do something. I'm going to flip that up. It's had a few days to dry out, but it's still wet on the bottom. I'm going to flip it up, lean it up against that baler there if I can. And tie on the rope first though. Yeah, it took me a while to get the rope off. It's up there on the baler. I'll carry it back to my truck later. Now let's see if I can flip that up so it's dry on the side of the baler. Well, let's lean it against the baler. And I have to get a view from this side too. I think I'll lean them poles against there too. Sun's warm, but that wind is brutal. Yeah, I'll let that dry wind in the sun. And when I'm ready, I'll try to drag it over there to the side of the cedar someday, but not today. I can still see some cattle out there. I guess the grass is growing, or it was. It ain't growing today. It's cold today. Yeah, I gotta go back to the house and warm up. I was gonna let me turn the water on, see if it works first. It's less windy over here on this side of the house. The house blocks most of the wind here, but not all of it. See if I can turn it on. Yeah, I'll walk back and check the water, see what's going on. See if it's water's coming out. Hose could be frozen. At least the red one got a chance to eat. Oh, the water's flowing. I don't want to bother it, but it's filling up all the way as I would walk back out here. By the time I walk back, it'll be ready to turn it off. All right, boy. Yeah, I gotta get going. You gonna drink? Yeah, I gotta go. By the time I go back, it's gonna be ready to overflow. Gotta go. Can't wait, boy. If I had a nozzle, I'd turn the nozzle off, but it's busted. It's hanging up there, though. I'll have to fix it one of these days. Hi, little red. Yeah. You got enough hay to last you today anyway. Okay. They're good for today. Let's fight the wind. cattle are fed and watered in the barn. Then I'll come out later and move the trailer to where it belongs. And then I'll park the track. Oh, then I'll then I'll feed the hay bale to the cattle here, barn and bottom. In the meantime, I'm going to warm up the house. It's so cold. So cold. It's 10:30. It's only been, what, 2 hours? I only warmed up to 34. So at least I got the cattle watered in the barn. So that's good. Here's the cat. Another piece of beef from the dead black bull. I'll give it some blood too. I keep the meat in the freezer, marked for the cat, and there was some blood in it, so I always thaw it out before I give it to her, and then give her the blood too. So she's licking up the blood first. Anyway, she's eating good these days since that black bull died, and I took some meat off of him after I pulled him out of the pond. He fell through the ice in the pond after that big snow. What? And then I had to leave him in there for 10 days until the ice was strong enough to cut the ice around him and then pull him out. So I did it, and then I left him out there. Well, he was still frozen, so I cut as much meat off of him I could for the cat. I didn't want him to go to complete waste, his death. At least the cat's getting something out of it. I didn't want to eat none of that because I'm going to butcher a beef here pretty soon. And I didn't want it because he was in the pond for 10 days. That's the main reason. If he would have just died and I got to him right away, that's a different story. But he was in that pond for 10 days, so I didn't want none of the meat. Not like that. Anyway, I got some for her, that's for sure.